has been with me since freshman year of college.
Yep.
Joel came a little bit later, but that's my guy. Darius has been around from the jump, you know. that's Big Bro, that's Ump. All three of those guys I've played with, I've cried with, I've done life with, and so they've formed a band and they're around the area, they're doing events, weddings, services, all the things. So if you're in need of a band or whatever the case, if you can't get up, reach out to them. They're professionals at what they do. They're great. I'm so glad that you guys are able to come. But yeah, so we're gonna do a little jump. It's 2 songs, one of which I did an arrangement. I also arranged, so just kind of the things as I'm thinking of it. The move. The collective, we do it all. We produce, we arrange, we write, we have photographers, you know, we kind of do it all. So one of the things that I do is arrange. I do live arrangements. So I did an arrangement for my brother Jeremiah Roselle. He's sitting over there. God bless you, Roselle. He just did a performance yesterday that went well. I assume that went well. So he allowed me to arrange his show. So we're gonna play one of the arrangements that I did for him, and then the second arrangement that we're gonna do, I'm not gonna say it because you'll hear it, and it'll be noticeable, and then eventually it won't be recognizable at all. So you know what I'm saying? If you know it, sing it. You don't have to sing it. Actually, we're musicians. We don't really do that. But yeah, so that's it. We got Dwayne Wiggins on drums. My young boy, this guy. That's it, bro. This guy. And then I got my right hand, my big brother, my guy. I got Reggie on keys. So this is kind of the collective right now. We got, you know, everybody that's attached to the move has played, has done whatever. He's not here yet. I think he's coming, but it's okay. We got him in the track anyway. Sam Radecki, you'll hear him on guitar throughout the tracks. We call him White Lightning. That is who he is, and when you hear the track, you'll hear why. So we'll just go ahead and get set real quick, and then we gonna play. Set? We're ready. All right. Like I said, we put this little thing together, so I hope you guys enjoy it.
So excited.
Is this still on? Turn off.
Heavy ball super.
All right, so the first song, hope y'all enjoyed that. So the first song was called Free Calvin by Jeremiah Roselle. Can anybody tell me what the second song was? There it is. If that was David Lee, you don't count. Yeah, so the second song was Spirit Breakout by William McDowell, and we just kind of flipped it. Reggie did that second arrangement, so that whole second arrangement, Spirit Breakout, that was Reggie. And I did the first one. Yeah, so just kind of walking it through. I didn't necessarily plan to do a clinic portion. No. But I do get asked a lot, like what my approach is to arranging and stuff. So I just thought, maybe I'd kind of walk it through. Since I did one, might as well, just for those who want to arrange or want to get into it or want to explore it, because whether you know it or not, arranging is taking over the game right now. If you can sit at home and arrange and send it out to artists, they pay good money for that. Amen? Can you turn the lights up? Because I feel like I'm looking at a bunch of shadows. I don't think I like that. Hey y'all are. So yeah, it's something that I kind of got into just because I was already producing. And it's just something fun being able to take what's already there, like the skeleton of what's already there, and just kind of add your own style, your own flavor to it. And then being able to perform it with, people that you love, you connect with, you have chemistry with, it always makes a difference. So one of the things that we talk about all the time is chemistry. Like, I will take chemistry any day of the week. It doesn't matter how good you play, who you play for. If we don't lock, it won't make sense. So me personally, I would pick chemistry every day of the week. And thankfully, thank the Lord that I do have chemistry with a lot of people in this room. I've been able to build chemistry. Let me say that. I've been able to build chemistry with a lot of people in the area. So clap it up for my guys again. It's very hard for me to do what I do without them. So they're able to take all of the crazy ideas and bring them to life. So I love you guys. Thank you. But so kind of my approach to arranging is just that. Like I said, I take the skeleton of what's there, and I just kind of add on to it things that will accentuate the song, things that will hopefully make it move a little bit. Now, I will say this, slight error on my part, I did not put any of the vocals in any of those tracks. They were supposed to have vocals in them. So it may not have made as much sense, but that's okay. It's okay. Players mess up too. Right. But so what I did though was I took the sample that was sent to me, and I'll play that first. It's actually all lumped up together, but anyway. So, is it raining? Or is that just Bruh, it's raining. I can hear it out from here. So that was the sample. Like, that's the sample pretty much throughout the track. And then Jeremiah, do you mind if I probably should have asked first. Do you mind if I actually put your vocals in here? Sure. All right, cool. Probably should have got permission first, right? Like, you're supposed to get licensing for stuff like that. Let me see if I can find that jump real quick. I'm actually not gonna spend too much time. If I can't find it in the next couple seconds, I'm just gonna go without it. I had to bounce down. That'll work. Okay. That's fine. So this is the sample, and then those breaks that we were hitting was over top of his first chorus.
I don't need no more friends, I don't need no more money. I don't want nobody hand down, you can have that from me. I don't want no more life, can't spend another minute on the gram. Starting to make me forget who I am, got me a fucking.
So all of those hits would have leave space for you to hear that first chorus, kind of bring you in to the song and what's happening. We played hits on some of his words, just kind of to accentuate what he was saying and what he was talking about. And then over that first verse is where we dropped into the groove. So we kind of left the space a little right there. We let the track talk. At the end of his verse there, his voice went up, he's putting more energy into it. So as that track builds, I added more instrumentation. You can kind of hear the guitar in there come through a little bit. I had some bells coming through. And then by the end of it, going down back into the chorus, we did a little special, little hit just to kind of close that section off.
I don't need no more money. I don't want nobody handout. You can have that from me. I don't want no more.
So on this part right here, I let the sample play, but I pitched it down and then slowed it down. That way, it just kind of gives it more movement. The sample, like just looping, kind of makes it stagnant after a while. So you got to do something, chop it up, move it, put a decrescendo on it, something just to make it move a little bit more.
Minute on the ground, starting to make me forget who I am. Got me on focus and following trends.
Back in. The whole concept, or at least what I got, the song is called Freak Out, and he's talking about one of his boys essentially just kind of making the wrong decisions in life, ended up in jail, whatever the case. So it's his plea to free his boy, right? So all of that other stuff that you hear in the background is me just kind of, again, hearing what's being said and then accentuating it. So I got some sirens, some traffic noise. I don't know if y'all heard the gunshots going off in there, but I put those in there because that felt like, like they should be there. And just kind of getting creative with the idea of what the song is talking about. Broken glass, sound effects. Sound effects will always make an arrangement sound so much better. Risers, booms, random metallic noise, sirens. So that's just kind of like my thought process for that arrangement. And I typically have that same process no matter what the arrangement is. Listen to what's being said, what the vibe of it is, and you just kind of build from there. Add your elements, obviously keys, bass, drums, that's the foundation, and then stack everything on top of that. So that was pretty much it. We are now going to do a raffle. I think everybody should have got tickets.
Hold on, I'm getting the rest.
Oh, okay.
Does anyone need a ticket?
Anybody need a ticket? If you didn't get a ticket, raise your hand. because we do got little prizes. This is also still my birthday celebration. Wee! So yeah, on my birthday. Yeah, y'all give it up and get your right name. You guys.
Get right.
Y'all give it up and get your right name one more time. Thank you boys so much for supporting this event, for supporting me. Love y'all. All right, so as promised, we're gonna get to shedding, right? So if you got stuff, now would be the time to go get it, bring it in. Do a fast setup. Yeah. All right, yeah. So we're gonna take a little 15, 20-minute intermission. If you got stuff, go grab it. We're gonna start playing as soon as we get set up. Cool? All right.
satisfied. Obviously, it's the next day. As you can tell, I got home pretty late, so I didn't record, do any more recording last night. Well, I got home like really late, around like 1:30. Yeah, we was there pretty long. But this was my favorite shed that I've done. Like, excuse me, what turned out to be a shed night was also turned out to be a powerful prayer. Like we played, we shed, and then we just went into a straight prayer revival. And then of course my boy Isaiah, we had him like in the center of the church, and we all gathered around him and his beautiful wife Brittany, and we prayed for both of them, because they have some beautiful kids, beautiful talented kids, and we prayed that God just touches their life. I mean, after we prayed for Isaiah and Brittany, we prayed for everybody else in the church too. But yeah, it was just amazing, and we went back to shedding after that. But what really touched me was that the first lady was there, and she just reminded us, because she was there watching the shed and supporting us and all that stuff, and it was Isaiah's like birthday shed. But she was just reminding us that the gift that we have is not ours. Like, yes, we are very talented. Some of us can read, some of us can write, some of us can read music, some of us can write, some of us produce, some of us do it all. Me, I don't read, but I can produce, I can write, obviously I can play, and I can arrange and stuff like that. But she was just reminding us how when we play, it's not us. I'm talking about us, of the spirit, God's people. When we play, we're not playing to put on a show. Well, sometimes we are, but we got to remember that the gift that we have to play the musical gift that we have is given from God. It can always it's a God-given gift. And even my mom always used to tell me growing up, and this kind of scared me growing up, because it made me the musician that I am today. She used to tell me, if you don't use your gift, God can take it away just like that. And that used to scare me, because I was like, I love my gift. I don't want it to go nowhere. But yeah, you gotta remember, just like a gift, as easy as it was given to you, God can easily take it away. And we gotta remember that as musicians of the church, we're not playing to satisfy the congregation or satisfy God's people. We're playing to give him the praise. And if you think about it, we're in the army of the Lord. And when you think of like wars and everything back in the day and stuff like that, if you remember the drummer boys, the horn players, all those people, they were in the forefront. That's what we are. We are, as musicians, in the army of the Lord. We are in the forefront, playing, antagonizing the enemy, letting them know that we didn't come to play. No pun intended, not as musicians, but in the war, we didn't come to play. Like, of course, this isn't our war. The battle is the Lord's, but you're gonna lose. You know what I'm saying? When you hear those drums coming, when you hear those horns playing, the crowd getting louder, the anticipating building up, oh yeah, you're gonna be shaking in your boots. We're in the army of the Lord. Like that's what I'm saying. As musicians, we're in the forefront. We're letting you know it's about to go down. So you got to remember that in your walk with God, the talent that you have, the gift that you have, your leadership. It's a leadership. You're in the forefront. People seeing you. People are watching you. And you got to remember that this isn't a game. Like, it's a gift. Yeah, when we get together, we having a great time. We're putting on a performance amongst ourselves. We're enjoying each other's company, enjoying each other's talent. But also, you got to remember, this is a God-given gift. I didn't ask to be a great musician. The Lord just blessed me. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I got from it. It was a powerful session. I got a lot of videos that you guys probably ain't gonna see on here. But if you want to see more of it, you can follow me on my Instagram at KDSmooth112_, and I'll post some on TikTok at the names KDSmooth. But yeah, y'all, it was great. It was great seeing all my boys there. It was great seeing my boy Isaiah killing the drum shed. Oh my gosh, this dude is a phenomenal drummer. He's a great bassist, but yo, whenever he gets on that drum kit, oh god, I low-key get more excited watching him on drums than I do when he plays bass. But that's just me. Like I said, he's a great musician all around, and a great father, great human in general. But yeah, it was good seeing all my boys there. My boy Jordan, Jordan Spellman, killer drummer himself. Between Jordan and Isaiah, whenever they get on the drum kit, like, I refuse to play after them. Like, I'm just not playing after them. Like, they're that good. But yeah, y'all, I'm gonna post more videos, like some extra videos that I have on my phone. I'm gonna post that on my Instagram, and I'll post it on my TikTok if you haven't seen it. And also, Josh Gatlin and Chris Jennigan, bro, the advice that they gave us was so good. Like, as you saw, because I posted it, Josh Gatlin, man, he is a phenomenal bassist himself. And even he was saying how we are leaders and how it's a ministry, it's a calling. And oh man, he was just saying some amazing things. Of course, giving us advice about the music business and stuff like that. But yeah, it was amazing. And Chris Jennigan, he's a crazy drummer himself. I mean, I know I gave acknowledgement to my boy Isaiah and my boy Jordan, but Chris is a beast. I mean, he's played with so many pop stars, and pops. I can't really name them all. I think I know for sure Pink, Justin Timberlake. I know those two. I can't think of anybody else, but he was phenomenal, and he's hilarious. The man was telling a lot of jokes left and right. But yeah, this clinic clinic/workshop/shed was definitely needed. And for all the musicians out there, if there's ever like a clinic, a music clinic or a music workshop around the area, I highly advise you to go. Whether it's just like a community thing, like around your community, or something that your church put together, absolutely go. If you think you knew a lot, you don't know nothing until you've been to one of these clinics, workshops, and stuff like that. But yeah, y'all, that's it for this video. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Please like, comment, subscribe, follow me on my social medias, my Instagram and TikTok, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Y'all, please be good to each other, because the Lord knows y'all have been good to me. Until next time, peace, and God bless every single one of you.